ComEd's former CEO is the second of the so-called ComEd 4 to be sentenced so far. These are sentencings that have been more than 2 years in the making, with a Supreme Court decision and the original judge's death delaying them until now. Anne Pramaggiore left the federal courthouse today without saying a word, sentenced to spend 24 months in prison and pay a $750,000 fine for her role in ComEd's effort to bribe former House Speaker Michael Madigan in exchange for legislation favorable to the utility company. Judge Manish Shah saying, "You intentionally participated in what we would call quid pro quo bribery," adding, "You had the power to stop this. You could have said no. This is not how legislation is done." Pramaggiore was convicted along with 3 others in May of 2023, following an 8-week trial, the first of 4 Madigan-related trials to reach federal court, including his own, which ended in a partial conviction earlier this year. The former ComEd CEO likely hurting herself even more after she was found to have lied under oath while taking the stand in her own defense. Assistant U.S. Attorney Sarah Stryker today saying her sentence needed to send a message that legislation cannot be bought. The ComEd 4, as they became known, were accused, among other things, of hiring several Madigan allies as consultants who did no real work, with the expectation that Madigan would deliver the utility company important legislative victories at a time when ComEd was suffering financially. Pramaggiore was convicted alongside former lobbyists John Hooker, Jay Doherty, and Mike McLean. McLean was also Madigan's co-defendant during the former Speaker's own trial, which ended in February. And while that jury was unable to reach agreement on any of the charges involving McLean, Madigan's former right-hand man is expected to be sentenced to prison time in this case when his turn comes later this week. While her attorneys have stated their intent to appeal the sentence, Anne Pramaggiore has been given until December the 1st to report to prison. Next up to be sentenced amongst the ComEd 4 is Mike McLean. That is scheduled to take place on Thursday.